God has been a driving force in my life. He has brought me through thick and thin. He is everything and everybody. Like, he is everywhere. I love him with all my heart. When I first started attending this church, I was in a dark place in my life. Like I was going through a lot of struggles. I was dealing with sin, and Pastor Rice was I think it was my first 2 services. Pastor Rice was preaching a sermon about whatever's holding you or whatever's holding you back, just I'll release you from it. You know, whatever's holding you back, whatever sin has its grasp on you, I'll release you from it. And he looked back in the crowd, and I was all the way in the back, and I just felt like he made eye contact with me. Like, I felt like Pastor Rice was looking directly at me when he said, "I release you." And I was like, man, is he talking to me? Then I was like, a feeling came over my body. I really couldn't explain it. I really didn't know what it was, but I just was overwhelmed. I felt like lightweight, I felt like relieved about life. I felt relieved about my situation. I felt revived. It was like, ever since that day, I was like, man, I gotta go back to this church. And then next thing you know, I started coming to church. Then I seen the choir. I was like, man, the choirs, they dope. I love what they doing. I love the spirit. I want to join the choir. Then, I said to myself, "Self, you can't sing. Why you want to join the choir?" And I was like, "Self, just give it a shot." So then I got in the choir, and it was the best feeling of my life. I just felt so anointed, like I'm in another world when I'm up there, man. And I just love praising. And I'm like, okay, it has to be God's will. I'm not gonna go against the grain, Next thing you know, we got into the growth groups, and I didn't have a father when I was growing up. My father died when I was still in the womb, and I don't even know what he looked like to this day. But being around all those men, just telling me their experiences and letting me know I'm not the only one that's going through what they're going through, it was just such a blessing to get such knowledge from those men, and they're men of God at that, And I'm following their lead, but I'm taking my own path as well, So the growth groups, from the ministries to just the inspirational vibe that I get from everybody in this church, it is just such a blessing, I just love life, I love living, and I love Northeast Bible Church as a whole.